Right, here I am testing out the Torqeedo 1003 in the Canoe. I'm just backing out into the river. It is 50 watts right now. 1 mile per hour in reverse. Okay, we're off. Current speed 2.5 miles per hour, using 55 watts. And the current range estimate is 22.8 miles. I'm going into about a maybe a 10 knot wind. I'm going to do my first test first against the wind and then come back with it. Okay, so there's the Torqeedo. I'm tiller steering. I'm going to go probably a couple miles like this to give it a good test. The reason I'm running at 55 watts is I'd like to put on about 100 watts of solar, and I find in real world conditions you're not getting 100 watts from 100 watts of solar. Probably getting about 50 less today for sure on a cloud coldy day in October. But at any rate, so I'm going to go along at 55 watts and just kind of keep an eye on the speed. I'm using both the GPS on the Torqeedo, and I'm also tracking speed on Relive. Okay, now just as an experiment, I've cranked it up to 90 watts. 90 watts of power usage. Okay, and that's taking me up to 3 miles per hour. I just wanted to see what it took to get the boat up to 3 miles per hour, because that's kind of a figure that I've been working with. So 90 watts gives me 3 miles per hour into a kind of 8 to 10 knot headwind. And it's saying my range is 17 miles, like this. 17 miles I have left. Okay, I'm going to turn it back down to 55 watts. All right, I'm going to be turning around shortly here. It's really cold. It's about 5 Celsius. I don't know what that is. Might be about 40 Fahrenheit. And there's a cold wind blowing. It feels like it might start snowing. Just a note, I got the single outrigger just on the side, same side as the motor, but it's not necessary. The outrigger hasn't touched the water. And going downwind, 3.2 miles per hour at 80 watts. So again, not a big difference with the wind. Saying I got 20 miles at this speed, 20 more miles I can go, so that's pretty good. Once I get closer to dock, I'm going to try some higher speeds. Let's see here, my homemade motor mount is just screwed together, a couple of 2x6s, so I don't want to put too much pressure on it, so that's why I'm not haven't taken it up to full speed yet. We are moving right along. All right, my dock's not far away. I'm going to try opening it up, giving it some more speed. "100 watts is giving me 3.5 miles per hour. 16 miles to go. "150 watts. 4.2 miles per hour. I had to stop it there. My homemade motor mount wasn't taking the speed, but I got up to about 5 miles per hour there. 200 watts. Yeah, I've cracked my motor mount. This engine's got some torque. The motor. Hey, right, I'm cruising along with the wind. I'm cruising along now with the wind. 66 watts, 3.1 miles per hour, 23 miles to go like this. This here is 100 watts, cruising right along, 4 miles an hour, 3.7. I can go another 15 miles at this speed, 15 miles. Here I am at back at dock, freezing out here. At any rate, you can see the splits in the wood on my 2x6 motor mount. I do plan on getting a proper aluminum motor mount. So, summary. I averaged about in the neighborhood of about 2.3 miles per hour. That's between going with the wind and against the wind at 55 watts. At 85 watts, I was doing about 3 miles per hour. At about 110 watts, 3.5 miles per hour. My range varied between 15 and 23 miles to go, given on the GPS unit. This is really impressive. I'm really happy with these results. I couldn't test out the top end because my outboard mount wouldn't take it. The torque was splitting the wood. So once I have a real motor mount and it's a little bit warmer, I can test that out. All right, that's Torqeedo on a Grumman 17, Torqeedo Travel 1003. This is a 7-year-old motor.